What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Badgerbuilt YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed, you should go over there, click that button real quick. Anyway, today we're doing a bunch of different stuff. We're going to be helping Scott on Project Homegrown here in a couple hours, but I got up before everybody, including the son. So I figured, why not surprise the boss and install his new shifter like I promised, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. Procrastinator, alright? You know, you ain't got to remind a man about something he's got to do. You just, give him time and he'll get it done. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to be taking out the janky shifter that was in this truck and install a new one, but I suppose I should probably go ahead and show you what I mean. What we got here is a 1977 Ford F100. Under the hood is powered by a 351 Windsor, carbureted. But what's on today's agenda is the shifter that was in here. This is the shifter that was installed, and it is just brutal. It's been beat down, it's pretty worn out, and in order to get it into reverse or park even from drive, you have to do something with this. And I don't know, the last time I drove it, it about sliced my thumb open. It was pretty dumb. So he went ahead and bought a brand new StarShifter. Got that one right there, and I already kind of half started the install. So far I got the old shifter out. Let's see if I can shine some light on the subject. Alright, so I got the old shifter out. Luckily, we're going from B&M shifter to B&M shifter, so the cable seems to be about right. I have it hooked up right now just because it was tucked over there in that corner, and I didn't feel like working on it in the corner. So, hooked up the cable and got it maneuvered over to my hoist. So now what we're going to do is I need to see if there's any slack in the cable, because right now with the aftermarket center console that's installed in this truck, it don't quite fit. The shifter needs to come back a little bit. But right now you can see there's no play in that cable at all, so I can't pull it out a little bit. So I need to see where that's at and go from there. So it turns out that the cable actually just loops up over the transmission bell housing and then comes back through the floor. So all I needed to do is give her just a little bit of a tug. I got it pulled back away from the center console. This is obviously not a factory unit. Nothing about this truck is factory. We're going to try and see if we can get this weasel back in here. Obviously the top is going to have to be cut to fit, but I just want to see exactly or thereabouts. Maybe it's almost in. There we go. Alright, well that actually does kind of fit. Now I know the shifter's not bolted down, but I'm trying to figure out if this is all going to jive with each other nicely. First, neutral. First, second. That doesn't feel right. There we go. Alright. Second. Drive, neutral, reverse, and park. Alright, so now you have to take this back off, mark holes to bolt down the shifter, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use self-tappers like what was used, or if I'm going to drill holes and do rivnuts. I don't know yet. Oh, now I get to fight with it coming back out. Well, this is going to be about impossible with the shifter bolted in. Okay. So, like it right there. Now what I need to do is mark some holes so I can drill holes and put down rivnuts so we can make it one with the vehicle. That's better. Tap, 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 tap. Blink, 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 blink. Oh yeah. Now. Budamas. So there was only 3 bolts in the other one. I'm not saying you should only run 3 bolts. I'm saying I'm only going to run 3 bolts because the other one is under the shift cable and is going to be a pain to install anyway. Don't judge me. Now that I got the carpet marked with the paint marker, I'm going to start my holes and then I'm going to cut the excess carpet away. It'll make it easier to install the rivnuts, but I don't want to cut the carpet away first because then I'll lose my marks. I almost did it, but I did not record that, but I'm telling you, I'm transparent like that. I've got holes started. Take a good old razor blade. I need a new GoPro mount. Oh, jute padding. Not my favorite. Oh my god. Jute padding. Like the never-ending story. Never-ending story. So now you can kind of see I got just a little square cut out. I'm not trying to get savage with it. But now I can see the floor. So I'm going to do that to these other holes. And then we'll start popping some rivnuts. Now we need to drill out the holes to the proper size. I'm not exactly sure what size we're going to use. These M6s will probably do just fine. I need to drill these holes out so these slide in nice and snug like. Look at that. All that carpet built up on there will not allow it to cut. I win. Gotta be slow with these step bits because you can easily go too big. Just like that. Now, shunk. Fits nice and snug. That one is ready for the tool. Go ahead and drill these other holes out and we'll go grab said tool. And that one fits. Time to grab the rivnut tool. Rivnut tool, rivnut tool, time for the rivnut tool. If you've never played with one of these, you're missing out. Essentially, it's a rivet gun, but for rivnuts. So you can just use either a standard or a metric bolt instead of a self-tapper or something, and it's much stronger. So we are using M6, metric 6. So we need to go ahead and swap out these 2 pieces for the 5/16 ones that are installed in the tool right now. Now we are ready. So now that we have the correct piece in the tool, just like a rivet gun, you take your riv nut and just thread that on there. I thread it on there till it's about flush with the bottom. And just stick it down in the hole, make sure it's flush with the floor. Remember what I said about being careful with step bits because you can go too big. Went too big on that one. So that's what a riv nut looks like when it's crimped. And what is supposed to happen is whatever you're drilling through will be in between this top lip and this bottom lip. Like this one. This one worked out good. But I'm going to have to use the next size up on that because I screwed up. Yeah. Don't do that. I gotta figure out what size fits in the too big of a hole because I did have one. Yeah, it didn't dig the hole too big. Maybe it just wasn't all the way down. I don't know, that hole's too big. And naturally, the next size up is bigger than the hole it is, so now I need to make it bigger yet. And I'm also going to have to make that hole bigger. Son of a biscuit. Alright, that is a snug fit. So now we're going to switch the die to an M8 real fast and slap that in. Now we have 3 successful riv nuts, 2 M6s and 1 M8 because I'm a retard. Now we just got to grab some bolts and we can get it bolted in. Add some hardware. And just like that, it's bolted in. Now to move on to getting the center console back installed and then making modifications and figuring out the shifter boot and obviously putting on our shift nut. Alright, we got the center console back in. Now it's time to figure out the boot situation. The shifter came with its own stand, a rubber boot which we're still going to use, and a bezel ring. But because of the center console, I think I'm going to try to just utilize these 2 pieces of it and fasten them to the already existing center console. Alright, so it's going to like that. Alright, so already seeing a couple problems. The bezel's got to go this way in order for the boot. It's got this little cutout for the indicator, and as you can see, There's a little bit of a hole there, which I'm not too concerned about, but these two holes aren't going to grab onto anything. So they're just going to be bolts with nuts, just so that way it doesn't look out of place. We do need to drill the remaining holes, so that way we will have 2, 4, 6, we'll have 7 bolts holding it, and honestly it's just a beauty ring and holds this on, so that shouldn't be a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and get to cracking.
A few moments later.
Both GoPro batteries were dead. I thought they were charged. Whatever. But while the batteries were charging, I managed to get it knocked out. Just like that, it's got a new shifter. Much easier, being that we were going from B&M shifter to B&M shifter. Like I said, we didn't have to mess with the linkage on the transmission or the cable or any of that. The cable might need a little bit of fine tuning, but we'll find that out after I get it up on the hoist with the second person. But there it is. Tyler's got himself a brand new B&M shifter and his badass 77 F100. I'm getting ready to go do some filming and some work over on Homegrown. So till next time, guys, peace.